Hey guys, so I'm going to attempt to film this. My daughter is currently like in a nook by me, taking a nap, but I want to review some stuff, and I gotta get some stuff off. But I also need it on for the time being for part of this. So I'm filming two reviews today, one on Royal Realm Canine Gear and one on Proper Pup Gear. I've been waiting for everything to be together, for me to film my reviews. And I'm going to straight start with the harness that I have is fully a temporary harness. It is not due to the gear maker, it's due to preference. I am very particular about my gear. So there's specific things that I like, and I knew going into this that there's a chance that they might not do something standard that I prefer, which is why I was like, I'm completely fine with this being a temporary harness. I just need something for me now while I'm waiting on my permanent harness kind of thing. But I'm going to show you the harness as best as I can at this angle. But this is the harness. It is a Y front. It is CB compatible. And this is the handle, the CB handle. And I'm going to flip my camera and film another clip and show you closer details about this. So this is the full harness. I don't like how it's together on the front of the handle. It's just a preference thing. It does work well. I did a test run through with my dog. But yeah, this is the entirety of the harness. It has a smaller D-ring up front, which is definitely not D-ring, triangle ring up front, which is something I'm definitely not used to. But the chest sternum is adjustable, and the shoulders are adjustable. That's great. I do love that. However, I was supposed to have this with guide attachments. I did not get that. But, big but, the shop offered to take this back and fix it or remake it. I just denied because I need something and I can't afford the time. So they offered something else in return, which was this. This is a hands-free leash with black hardware, which definitely fully caught me off guard. I don't know if you can hear it. It's kind of hard to clip open. And this is something that I'm not used to for rings. I'm not used to it adjusting like that. If you look at my little bit of biofame review, that is more so what I'm used to when it comes to hands-free, or like one less O-ring on that one. But one of the big things that I don't like about this personally is how this attaches. And the handle is also, honestly, the handle is pretty much the thing that I don't like about it. I'm used to having bridges on my handles. I think maybe if I had been able to afford at the time of me getting this permanently fixed to this, instead of getting it separate, I think then I would have liked this, but I had to make two separate orders because I couldn't afford it. I couldn't afford the handle right away. But this is the attachment form for the handle, and I do think I slipped this down a little too low. I'm gonna slip it up higher, but this is pretty much like a little Velcro strip thing to secure it so you can have it exactly wherever you want, which for a lot of people I think would be great. For me personally, I don't like it, but a lot of people could prefer to have it secured down in different spots. So that is very, very innovative and very, very great for other people. But again, I have preferences, and this harness it fits the idea of a temporary harness. Back to this. I did change this with how it's secured on both sides. So again, I still think that it's absolutely cool about the Velcro-y thing that you can change where it adjusts, like where you want it to secure. That is amazing for a lot of other people. But again, personally, myself, no, I don't like it. And one thing I want to point out, which is why the cape is still on here, is the cape attachments. I think these were designed with clips in mind, because, like, clips like this kind of in mind, because this folds it. It doesn't fit perfectly. I think the rings are a little too small for it. But again, it could just be designed with something else in mind. So there were a couple bumps in the road when it came to this harness. That was specifically with shipping. I don't know how it happened. The shop doesn't know how it happened. But it kept trying to get delivered to the wrong town. Thankfully, it was a town that wasn't far from me. And with some help from a post person, I was able to pick up the harness myself. And they were going to try to help as well. But they didn't know what to do after the situation. We all know what to do, but my harness was going back and forth for a while. They were originally supposed to be getting my harness sent back to them, and then they were going to send it out with my handle and expedite it back to me. I will say I was a little bummed about not having the guide attachments, but it wasn't that big of a deal for me because guide isn't my primary needed task. I need, like, counterbalance grounding, which this I can do. I will definitely say it is a very, very well-made harness. They have an amazing shop and such. If you do have preferences to gear like I do, if you want that bridge, if you want things a specific way, literally just talk to them. I fully went into this not being specific about stuff because I wanted to see their style. I was fully under the guise that this is most likely going to be a temporary harness or a secondary harness that I don't use that often, which was fine by me. And they still blew me away with their customer service and everything. They tried to rectify the situation and then some with the whole guide attachment thing. That was my denial, and I know a lot of shops would not have gone and been like, okay, well, how about this instead, since I said no to fixing the guide attachments. I can guarantee many shops would not be like that. Because if I deny something being fixed, then, okay, yeah, they didn't have to offer me more. And they did, and I was very, very appreciative of that. And it honestly helps because I happened to need something that was a little longer. It's as I said with the leash, it's a definite difference. And I do also think I'm just not used to these clips. I don't use these clips usually. So I normally use clips like this. This is not made by them. But again, I wasn't really specific about anything. And I didn't pay for this, so I don't really have right to be overly about it. But anybody who wants to know about the leashes, I can let them know. This is how it's like. It's very, very lightweight, though. It's like drastically lighter, and that's really nice. Like, amazingly nice. So, if I were to give them a rating, I would definitely say 5 out of 5. Shipping issue wasn't their fault. They're amazing on customer service. I bet you if I freaking messaged them right now, being like, I didn't think that there wasn't a bridge for the handle. I was confused on that. They probably would have tried to rectify that too, but that's not that big of a deal for me. It's a preference thing. I have preferences. Everyone has preferences. And 100% because of the 5 out of 5 customer service that they give anytime you order. If you have those preferences of wanting a bridge on the handle, wanting something specific, all you have to do is communicate with the shop because they are absolutely amazing about making sure that things are how you want them. They even double checked with me on the color of my harness, the main color, because they had multiple oranges in stock. They double checked with me about the height off the back. I haven't checked that yet, but it feels about right because I've made my own handles before. Ooh, this is actually triple. I didn't realize that. That's cool. Pretty sure compared to most shops, this is actually more layers of biothane than most shops do, which is absolutely cool. So it's sturdier. Absolutely love it. It's amazing. It is an amazing harness. I am going to say this again, though. Because of my preferences in place, I'm most likely not going to keep this in my arsenal forever when it comes to gear, but it does work perfectly for us right now.